Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, if at all somebody is developing, improving, getting better with the passage of time, so this actually means that there is one basic foundational reason behind it. On the other hand, if at all somebody is deteriorating, is getting down, is not improving, rather it is declining and showing regress, so this also means that there is one basic reason behind all that. So what are these two reasons? I think if at all somebody is developing, is improving, is getting better with the passage of time, so they are actually making themselves as more and more better person, more and more capable person, more and more competent person, more and more marketable person. If at all somebody is developing oneself as a person, automatically they will be whatever they are trying to do, there will be better performance done in all of those sectors. So on the other hand, if at all somebody is showing a regress, it also means that there is a kind of deterioration and they people are deteriorating as a person, so they themselves are going down. So if at all they themselves are going down, whatever they are doing will also go down. So my dear friends and fellows, what we need to understand is that this is something really important, that we keep improving ourselves with the passage of time. So for that reason, we have made it a topic of our today's discussion. We have made it a topic of our today's discussion. So my dear friends and fellows, there are certain reasons, there are five reasons which are very important to understand, which are, if at all we want to improve, if at all we want to become a better person, there are five reasons. First of all, it is that we need to gain clarity on your starting point. We need to gain clarity on our starting point. So that is the number one thing. How can we do that? Honestly evaluate where you are now. Honestly evaluate where you are now. Reflect on your strengths, reflect on your weaknesses and blind spots as well, through self improvement and through self awareness and feedback channels. So that is the first thing what we need to do, that is gaining clarity about gaining clarity. So that is the number one thing and the most important thing as well. So this is the point from where we are going to start our journey. Our strengths as well as our weaknesses, what are good in me, what is good and what is not so good in me. SWOT analysis. So the SWOT, strengths and opportunities, weaknesses and threats. So we need to identify it. What are my good habits? What are my bad habits? Whatever resources I'm having, whatever resources I'm not having. So we need to evaluate first of all. So that is the number one thing. We need to evaluate it. The number two is that increase your value through strategic growth. Yes, indeed, the strategic growth is needed, and by doing this thing, we can increase our value. Indeed, how can we do the strategic growth? Systematically increase personal value. How can we increase systematically the personal value? Across hard and soft skills. Hard and soft skills are needed. Hard and soft skills are needed. We need to learn certain skills. Even the simplest of things are demanding the skills nowadays. Even if at all we want to paint a wall, we need to learn a skill. We want to cook the food, we need to learn a skill. So we need to learn the skill, and we need to become competent upon the hard skills as well as the soft skills. So we need to learn the skill. Now the next is adopt an empowering mindset. The third is that adopt an empowering mindset. What is this empowering mindset which we need to adopt? Growth mindset. View failure and challenges as feedback for progress rather than signals to give up. So that is the crucial point. Very important point indeed. Growth mindset. View failures and challenges as feedback for progress rather than signals to give up. Indeed, if at all there are difficulties, if at all there are challenges, if at all there are signals, so if at all there are obstacles, even if at all there are failure, and even if at all we feel inadequate somewhere, so it actually means that we need to grow. It actually means that this is all as a feedback. Our failures are a learning experiences and nothing beyond that at all. So it should be taken as a feedback for progress rather than signals to give out. So that is now the next is the grit. Grit entails persevering through grit entails persevering through setbacks with determination and resilience. Yes, indeed, grit entails persevering through setbacks with determination and resilience. Obstacles are actually necessary steps for progress. Obstacles are actually necessary steps for progress. And now the next is it is the positivity. The positivity, those projecting optimism and gratitude versus cynicism. Yes, we need to adopt the positivity. We need to adopt the positivity. Those projecting optimism and gratitude versus cynicism. So it is so much important. Positivity and grit, that is very important. Growth mindset is important. Grit is important. Now the positivity is important. Growth mindset says that view the obstacle as a feedback, failure as a learning experiences. Grit says, persevering through setback with persevering through setback with determination and resilience. And now the next is the positivity. Those projecting optimism and gratitude versus cynicism. Now the fourth is make your foundation health. Yes, physical and mental health provide the bedrock for sustainable achievement. That is bedrock. Physical and mental health provide the bedrock for sustainable achievement. So the fourth is that make your health as the number one priority. Make your physical health, make your mental health as a top priority. Now the fifth is create your personal development plan. We need to create a personal development plan. How can we do that? By setting goals, by setting the target, by making a plan. The plan, whatever our targets are, whatever our plans are, whatever our goals are, these must five conditions. These must meet five conditions. These must meet five conditions. First is that our goals must be specific. The second is our goal must be measurable, specific on the one hand, measurable on the other hand. Measurable means specific means clearly defined. Measurable means if at all I want to achieve 100,000, say I have achieved 30,000, 20,000, so that means measurable. Now then it should be attainable. Attainable means it should be a realistic one. Like if at all I want to achieve it in a year, but now 7 years has gone, but I couldn't achieve it, despite the fact that I have worked upon it. So this means that your goals are not realistic one. The goal must be realistic one as well. Now the next is the goal must be attainable. The goal must be the realistic one. Now the next is now the R mean that these should be relevant. Relevancy mean that whatever I'm trying to achieve, it should bring the positive improvement, the positive development. It should make my life better or the life of certain other people better. Now the fifth and the last is that my goal must be time bound. That I want to achieve it by the end of 2024, or even if it may time a bit of extra time, but somehow it should be time bound as well. So these are the five conditions. Whatever my goals are, I think I need to set the goals which are meeting the five conditions. So dear friends and fellows, that is the agenda of personal growth. That is the agenda of how to develop ourselves, how to increase our value. Thank you.